Alright, we're live. Alright, let's get it. GB versus AR. Something something Gamba, something something somebody's gonna whine if you don't do it. Heh. Do you have to get closer to game to justify the Gamba? Is that how that works?
Do it when the pick band starts.
It's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Elena, if you had to pick one song to describe GB, what would it be? One song.
Let the dogs out.
Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah.
Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, hey, Coco. If you're still there, one song to describe AR. Thoughts? Describe the Acid Rabbits.
Crazy Frog.
Oh, I can get that. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Crazy Frog. Start a prediction. Who will win?
Alright,
GB.
the extra ban. Because Cherry's out as an emergency sub, and Joe is subbing in for her, but the extra ban is Darius on top of the draft. So Darius, gone. Mark it down, folks.
Mark down.
No Darius for Kawasaki Ace.
The GB's actually missing 2 people, right?
Are they really?
Yeah, they're missing jungle and support.
No, Landry's right there in the queue. Landry's right there with them.
AR?
Yeah, what the heck?
That's GB.
Oh, you said GB, didn't you? Am I high?
I don't know if I said GB, but it's AR that's missing 2.
No, well, AR's got Drew and Flamerdramon in for Chill Wang and Barry Allen, respectively. Should be a nice game. Ooh, Jinx first pick.
I feel like that's a scary first pick.
Scary for whom?
For GB.
Ooh, why is that? Are you saying to sabotage themselves?
Yeah.
What the heck, Alea? Viego!
I hate Viego.
Seen that before from Mr. D. Drew. Yo, for the stream watchers, I'm gonna be honest, okay? This is a hot take about D. Drew. I'm sorry if this offends anybody. Sorry, D. Drew, but look, I'm gonna call him D. Drew because even if his name is Drew and other people call him Drew, he put an extra D in front of it, and honestly, I can't ignore that. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of a silent D in a word, so we're gonna call it D. Drew. Thoughts, Elena?
The Drew?
The Drew or D. Drew?
The Drew?
There we go.
The Drew?
Drew.
The Drew?
You maybe have to roll your D's.
The Drew?
Drew? Like, did
Dree?
you
Drell.
Look at this. Jinx Leona Jarvan into the Viego Varus. Fire Knight gets his utility ADC. He's really, really prone to picking Varus or Ashe. This game, no exception.
I love utility.
It's actually been a couple weeks since I've streamed one of these matches, Elena.
It's okay.
Like a while. Like a whole week, basically, right?
Like a whole week?
I know. Does anybody miss my voice? Swear to God, nobody's gonna say yes, but...
I've missed your voice when you're not coughing.
Well, okay. You know what, James? I take those. We take those. I'm gonna start coughing just for you.
It's not a capital W, it's a lowercase w. And also, once you mentioned the "Have you ever heard of a silent D?" I literally was sitting here going, "Where's a word with a silent D?"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I
Well, you ever
can't come up with
get
one.
one? Mm-hmm.
I did not get one.
Galio.
Also, does Coco have something playing in the background? Because I feel like I'm getting some background noise on the stream.
Yeah, I'm watching Critical Role.
I heard something about if a fucking skeleton comes up to me, and I was like, wait, that's not League.
Skeletons.
Ari.
Trying to piece together if it was Lost Ark or not,
Did
but
we get
it
an
didn't sound.
Ivy?
Ari, more like, are you kidding me? Javier's never gonna be able to play that champion.
Oh, Javier's playing Ivy.
Yeah, he's been spamming in his history, but looks like they don't prioritize enough to take it in the first round or the first set of picks.
Oh, they banned Galio. How strong is Rel right now?
I don't think she's really that strong. She's whatever. I think Leona matchup is really good in the Rel, isn't it? So I don't know. Actually, this is pretty nice for Leona Jinx. Malzahar.
It's gonna be
I think it's
worse
a
because
hover, but I don't think they're gonna pick this Malzahar, are they? Maybe. Maybe they really just want to, like, if they find the Jinx, they kill the Jinx. Nope, it's the Victor. Seen it before from Blazon. Victor Viego, pretty good comp. Victor can get them pretty low for Viego to get some resets. The Janna, oh no. With
What are the
current
chances
state of Janna-
Steven actually play Janatop?
I
It's
feel
not
like it'd be
12.4.
Javier.
The nerfing in 12.4, but haven't been there. They might go Janna's top with Javier, you're right.
Yeah.
But to do the Janna top with Javier, I mean, it's a hover. I
It's
mean, not who knows?
definitely a Javier
It's just a
move.
hover. Oh, Zed, that's the Steven mid lane, baby. Interesting.
It's my Jonah top.
Well, there's some AP. What's it gonna be? Diana's off the board. Ooh, Mordekaiser from Javi. It's a classic.
That's a swap.
The first season, I think it was, what was the first season Javi played in? Season 4? Season 5? Whatever season it was, Javi, you know, he was known for his Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
Mordekaiser one trick. Played it in the bot
remember.
lane, played it in the top lane, played it anywhere. Mid lane.
I assume that was pre-rework.
Everywhere.
No.
Oh,
Season
Ghost?
4, or season 6 of, sorry, 5 of BTL, not of, like, League of Legends.
Oh, okay.
So, nope. Javi's been playing Mordekaiser any iteration, every iteration.
I feel comfortable.
I assumed more it
with
was old
GD.
Mordekaiser because you said he was running in bot lane, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like old Mord.
No, he just ran it anywhere, baby.
I
mean,
feel
this is-
comfortable with GB's comp.
This is the spicy pick. You're uncomfortable with it or comfortable?
No, I feel comfortable.
Ooh, comfortable. Oh, I don't have the switcher
Alright.
deck. Rip.
I have. Well, it's on the couch right now.
It's fine.
I don't know my top lane matchup super well, but doesn't Mord beat Ornn? Doesn't he beat some of these heavier tanks? I just
I think it's
yeah.
Realized that we'd moved down to here. That's
Spectator chat.
My genius will be understood.
I mean, Zed and Victor's pretty
Eventually.
good for Zed too.
Yeah.
Is it?
Jarvan jungle too? Not 2v2.
Yeah.
Zed
Right.
Jarvan's gonna destroy the jungle. If Landers can find ways to sync up with Steven in the mid lane, I mean, they could just break open the game with Zed Jarvan.
Mm-hmm.
What's their opposing matchup? What's the opposing jungle mid?
Victor Viego. Zed Jarvan all the way, no? In the early game for sure.
Yeah, I mean that Victor is so immobile against a Jarvan Zed that yeah, blow his flash and that man's a free sack of gold.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. GB's draft seems pretty solid. I don't think there's anything like distinctly wrong with AR's draft, but I do think GB might have their number in some of these lane matchups. I mean, going late, it's not even bad for GB. They got Jinx on their team. Or Zed will always be able to force a stopwatch out of Victor or just one-shot Varus. And then Mordekaiser scales really, really well in the late game. There's nobody that can match Mordekaiser's size. So, I don't know. Not bad. I mean, AR's got a pretty formidable late game, and the combo is really straightforward. Warnrel engage, Victor to do some damage, Varus to do some poke damage, and then Viego to do some damage.
Absolutely livid.
So, I mean, they definitely got their ways to win, too.
Playtime's over.
I don't know. You know, I think in some of these BTL games, we see some pretty, shambolic drafts sometimes, you know? Where you kind of look at a team and you're a commentator and you're like, okay, this team, they could win this way, maybe. And you try to, BS your way to it, but I legitimately think both these teams have, drafts that can, you know, that are relatively focused, can play through. Yo, they wrote in they put the screen grab. They put the what's it called? The pick ban and screen grab, but they didn't put that Darius was a ban. And wrote it in. Come on. Unbelievable. I think most of all, though, I'm just excited to see Steven's Zed. James, you haven't been around long enough in BTL, but Steven's Zed has been a constant. I think Steven's first season in BTL was like season 4, Elena?
I think it was 4.
4? Ever since season 4 of BTL, Steven Zed has been a constant. He's had some really big highlight plays. It's, you know, when he played more mid and stuff like that in his first like season or two, he was a mid laner. And Zed was like his feared pick. So, you know, somebody that, like, I mean, Stevens really has been getting banned every game, you know, basically because of Stevens' really strong mechanics. Zed also rewards, you know, strong mechanics, strong identification of flanks. These are all skills that Stevens really excels at, and so if he can find those flanks and he can find those one-shot opportunities or stopwatch opportunities on Varus and Victor, that could mean everything.
I am very excited to see it. I was on his team in the Valorant tourney, and his mechanical skill is very clearly there. It's just this can't be a repeat of the Vlad game where he got set behind and he never quite could get off the ground. Mm-hmm. That's the one hope. Because playing on the back foot is definitely tough when you're Zed. Yeah. Like any assassin, it's just going to be a struggle to get back online if you're set behind.
For sure.
I mean, Victor's going to get Crown, Viego's going to be hard to blow up. The only person who will realistically be able to touch is Varus, and it's sort of like with a Rel sitting on top of him, can you even touch that? Mm-hmm. We'll see, though. I think, like you said, finding the flanks, and hopefully with Jarvan, Leona causing enough chaos directly on the front lines, he'll be able to slip behind. Javi will take somebody out of the fight. Like, that seems like a good moment for Zed to just slip right in, pop somebody, and get out.
For sure.
Oh, I didn't know that that Good Boys have a support.
Yep, it's emergency
Joe
sub.
Yeah.
Joe,
emergency
bro,
sub.
instead of Cherry. 2 subs on AR, 1 sub on GB. AR looking to join the 4-1 Pantheon right now with TSC. With
I know that feeling.
And SB, who also climbed to 4-1 after beating B Gang. So we've got a clear upper echelon of teams starting to emerge. Let's see if AR joins them there. I mean, if GB does lose, they'll go to 2 and 3, and there's also a clear pantheon of 2 and 3 teams. What's up? Saying hi from 2 and 3. Yeah.
Do we have caster predictions?
You know, I'm a Steven Zed truther, okay?
The truther.
So I'm gonna I don't know if it's good for my mental health, but I'm voting for GB, baby. Just because I'm a truther. I believe
Zed is not good for my mental health, but I feel comfortable with GB here.
Yeah.
Beagle's also not good for my mental health.
Okay, now we're good on stream. It was weird, not seen for a bit, or whatever.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
There you go.
I'm interested to see this one for 2 different reasons. I've never seen, I think, any of the Acid Rabbits play. I've never, I think, communicated with any of these guys, so I don't know. Based on their rankings, they seem like they would be one of the strongest teams in the league, purely based on like league actual like MMR ranks. But then you have Good Boys, who I think in terms of other teams is one of the few that can match the Column PJ swap potential with Javi Steven. So how they like to throw that swap around. Level 1 shenanigans, though.
Yeah, I think honestly GB
Minions
is kind of
have
a ticking time
spawned.
bomb. Their Bananas didn't play in the last BTL season. She hasn't played League much at all recently, but if she can get back to like her peak form in like previous seasons, then they'll have like a pretty strong, like potentially like three-headed dragon of carries.
Yeah, I think I've Scott. She was Plat back when she played, right? Plat ADC.
I think she was diamond at one point. Yeah, she was definitely diamond.
Yeah.
In the season. And like, you know, depending how much she plays, blah blah. She's not a. I think Anne-Marie would be the one to tell you this herself. She's not like necessarily like a pop-off ADC, but she's super consistent. Always has game impact. Can play any real style of ADC except for Tristana, I guess. Yeah, so I think if she can be a consistent damage dealer behind Steven, they'll have, maybe hopefully Javi pulling out some damage, pulling out some playmaking potential. Like, they could have a lot of playmakers, a lot of damage dealers on this team. I think GB going into the season was a favorite for that reason. Like, if they could, I guess, unlock former glory, it would be really good later in the season. So let's see if it's
That's what
here. Oh, look at Javi, level 2 trade. Gonna get full value. Be a little back and forth. This is probably the time of the game where Monetizer is the weakest. Ornn is also strong, pretty much any time of the game, so. A little bit of a waiting game for Javi. If he can make sure he doesn't die too much in the early game, at a certain point he becomes pretty much ungankable by the Viego Ornn combo. And he can kind of just do his thing until he hits the game. Looks like a tri-lane shove right now from every lane on GB's side. The question really is if the jungle is going to be able to abuse the fact that all three of his lanes are shoving. Because it looks like the Jarvan, this is a little atypical, I think, of what most Jarvans would do. Because the Jarvan went for just a full 5 camp
Yeah.
on the top side. And if I had that many winning lanes, I would probably consider going to camp or something like that. But oh, Steven here could be in trouble, has to flash. Well, this 2v2 isn't looking hot for Landry and Javier either. He's gonna have to flash too. Drew's gonna flash after him.
That's a dead Jarvan.
Jarvan's real dead. That's not good. The lane prio, actually, once I talked about lane prio, Blazon was about a winning trade in mid and kept both mid laners there and burned Steven's flash, and then Javier and Landry in the 2v2 just couldn't stand up to the pressure from the Viego Ornn combo.
I feel like that position out of Javi was greedy. Like, Landry had to be calling. I didn't clear Scuttle, so Viego's going to be sticking around topside probably to clear that, and to stick around after Viego kills your Jarvan and your Tri-Brush and then get your flash blown feels... That's an unforced error.
David's here. Gonna get a big damage chunk on a Fire Knight. That's gonna hurt. Fire Knight might go down. Fire Knight's gonna go down to bananas. That's really big. The 2v2 2v2 goes in the favor of the GB squad, and they needed that. After the jungle went down, giving his doubles up and falling behind in tempo, they needed that on the bot side to stabilize the map a little bit. And I mean, we didn't talk about this necessarily. We focused on the Zed and the Zed Jarvan combo and Mordekaiser scaling into the late game. But I mean, if Jinx gets really big, they need to make sure they line up like a lot of CC on her. They don't really have any like divers outside of Viego, so it's gotta be, if they can't CC her and the Jinx can kind of just run around and dunk people, that could be pretty dangerous too for the AR squad.
Yeah, and especially if your only real diver here is the Viego, and imagine if Javi just steals.
Though, gonna take a big chunk of damage.
But safe. Stepping up more autos.
The arrow, real close. Oh,
That's a dead Leona though.
They got greedy to try to get that wave in instead of just resetting on the wave before. They paid the price, and now both ADCs gonna have kills. It's a little awkward. Every single summoner spell in the bot lane is just gone. And now the AR squad has the chance to push all the way in. They're gonna get a really nice reset here.
Does he have Shadow? I don't know if he used it recently. He's gonna be fine regardless, I think. Yeah.
down level 5 to level 6 though because of the early trades that forced this flash. He's gonna get ulted under tower. Javier is gonna hit 6 at the same time as Bavarian. He has the HP advantage for sure, with Diego on the top side while Jogger backs on the top side. Karasaki Ace is pretty chunked in mid. He's gonna use his Shadow to clear the wave and reset off this wave. Oh, no he's not. I mean, it's probably, he doesn't want to reset because that wave isn't a cannon wave. It's pretty hard to get out of there. Nice unstoppable from Orange to avoid the pull-in. Avis tries to roam mid, but is going to get caught out here by Flame German and Blazon. We might just go for the kill because Avis has no sums here. Surely he's dead as the Varus cuts up.
Yeah.
Very fast. Actually, the Varus gives him a little bit out, but he's still probably dead here. There's not much that the GB team
Kill on
can
the
do about
Victor.
it could be a 3v3 here, but
Steven needs to go back.
Very chunked.
Zed needs to recall
Here.
here.
Just gonna have to give some space here.
What you mentioned earlier I thought was interesting about the Jinx, in that you're right that there are very few threats to get on top of her, and especially with something like a Mordekaiser, if the Mordekaiser steals, say, the Viego during a fight, there is zero backline threat onto that Jinx. Aside from like an Ornn knock up and then a Victor ult over the top of it, but
I mean,
that's not easily executed.
even if it was their first pick, I mean, it is kind of a sneaky win con here because the rest of the comp doesn't really seem to consider the fact that they have Jinx on their team at all. But yeah, I mean,
Red team has
it's not like AR has all the tools in the world.
It's 1v1?
Oh, this is a weird split fight here. Avis potentially gonna get stunned again. They're gonna take him down. Surely snared under tower is the Jinx. On the other side of this fight, gonna get chunked. Surely the Jinx is gonna go down, trying to trade the Rel back. Not gonna get the Rel. Hobby goes down to 1v1. Landry tries to pick up Rel but can't get it and is getting chased again by Drew, who misses the stun.
Zed's roaming down.
It might be a kill opportunity on the Rel, but the stun is gonna be up soon. Speaking of stuns, there's one from Victor too. No value for the Zed. That was disastrous. Bot lane is not going so well after that first 2v2 that gave some money to Jinx. Been kind of a swing of emotions here as so many members of AR cycle to the dragon and then cycling from the dragon to the bot lane, catching the Jinx and the Leon off that.
What's sad about it is I think that AR wants this pressure advantage. They want to get set up around objectives. Their comp can easily kind of poke and force good boys away from objectives once they're on it with the Victor stun field, Victor lasers, arrows out of the lethality Varus. And so it's going to be very hard for good boys to start approaching objectives with the Zed. You gotta Jinx. You gotta just walk up and eat that poke. It's not easy to start clawing back once you're behind tempo against this comp. You commit too much, Ornn ult comes down on your head. Does not seem fun to play into. That's dead.
Steven with the solo bolo, that's his signature right there on his bed. Written down all over the mid lane. And after a mid lane that wasn't going his direction, he gets to turn around and get a solo kill here.
Gets up CS too. He was
Yeah,
just turned the whole.
yeah, and I think an underrated part of this is that Victor's sums are both down. And I think his sums are more important to him than Zed's sums are to Zed.
Yeah, that exhaust is huge for whenever that ult comes down. Just immediately exhaust him and
Yeah, if Yubi can get off the map now and play for something like the Herald, that could be a lot of value off of this one kill in the mid lane.
Ooh.
Oh no, Joe trying to move. Just sitting there lying in wait. I think he's just gonna go down. He knows he can't expend the flash. It's over for him and his roam. And Viego is gonna reap some of the benefits by taking away the Raptor Camp too. I mean, they were trying to pull Joe towards the Herald, which they're going to start anyway with the Jarvan, but yeah, Steven's going to get out. Oh, he gets flashed on. He has no ult. Oh, Flamethrower goes down too, though, and it's the trade kill. Wait, is it? Oh, it's going to be close. Juju lives. I mean, it is a trade kill. Not the worst thing in the world, but Victor is going to solo get some plates here, which is going to be pretty good. Oh, Javier trying to fancies himself a duel. Ults the Ornn. Misses the Q though. Ornn is going to try to trade back.
And he's going to walk on out. Nope, he's going to turn. And
Javi's
how do you fight out?
Q flash pull. He's not going to
He's
get him and he's
dead.
going to go down.
Oh,
Everion holds his dash to the last second to get out of the pool. The pull looked like it was short too. I think he Q flashed and then
The pull was was short.
Had it short. If he had the full range pull, he might have actually been able to yoke him anyway or hit him with it. But unfortunate for Javi. That's 2 solo kills towards the Ornn.
That's tragic.
okay, you would know this better than either of us, but this seems like a winning matchup from Ornn.
No, it loses like early because of the base damage that Ornn provides, but more, yeah, eventually outscales.
Yeah, eventually outscale, but hasn't gotten to that point yet. It's showing. Oh, Avis.
That is dead. Leona again?
There's no other CC to layer on top of it.
I think the Zed was beating the Victor down to the bottom lane, so they didn't want to commit when they were going to have a 4v3.
Right, but the zone control here in favor of AR. The reach hold on top of Varus. Leona's picking her head up, but it looks like they're going to seed, because Zed is just going to push the mid lane. And they're going to seed the second dragon of the game. It's going to be a mountain soul.
Will soon fall.
Zed here.
Getting rotated on, but I think
as much
he's...
value as possible before shadowing away.
Sadly, all that value is 1 plate and some CS.
But the Herald on the bot side, underfunded tower. This will get some money back in the pockets. GG. First tower.
Sadly, I think they missed. I think they missed first turret timer. I might have been wrong, but it's within a second. Yeah, it was.
Very unfortunate. Would have been a ton of gold, but instead, it's just first turret, no plate ready. There's a heavy kill disparity, but the gold lead isn't that far away. It's about 1.5k. It's significant, but not backbreaking just yet. There's yet time for GB to be able to start back in this game. In fact, I think they're still ahead some gold.
This is a...
Uh-oh.
He's got no shadow. Yeah, he's done.
They caught him peeking a little bit, and Bijou in the right time, right place at the right time to pick up the Zed soul. Gets the crown and the slow. He's stunned now. He's gonna try to turn for Bananas, who's exhausted. Bananas is still in the Victor ult. Gonna take a big chunk of damage. Bear's gonna try sniper. Can't reach her with the Q. Would have gone her if he had invested flash, but she would have had to flash out as well anyway there.
It's gonna be mid tower for AR. Jinx has got to go back, and they've got this 3-man unit pressuring in. Jarvan Leona can't defend this. Oh, the Zed is here.
Ooh. Jinx realizes that she is pretty safe in most of these fights, depending on how they go, and goes for the Kraken Slayer. And so that Kraken Slayer is going to do a lot of work against the Ornn and the Rel. Probably the right pickup in this instance.
top of the 2 solo bolos, Varion's opened up, what, 30 CS gap? Hobby just got his Riftmaker, but before that it was leeching Lear into the Sunfire Bramble Vest Glacial of Ornn, which is a very beefy boy. You don't want to mess with that. I'm interested to see what the Viego can do, because we talked about it earlier about the Viego being the biggest threat onto this Jinx come late game, and the idea that if Mord steals Viego, that lessens the threat, but with how big Viego is getting, there's a chance Viego just takes down the Mord through ulti, and then is going to pop out, running rampant on the backline as a stolen Mord, which is scary. Sort of like the one thing that was meant to counter this Viego is now potentially not going to be able to do its job.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Javi, I don't think you win this fight. Maybe I'm wrong?
I'm a little surprised that Steven got Dustblade in this game, to be honest. Because I don't know how much value he'd get out of Dustblade compared to like Prowlers on Zed or something, or even Eclipse. I think like Dustblade might be the worst of those 3 options. Against a game like this with a backline that's gonna silo so far back, I think you really just want to stick, and Prowlers is really gonna help you like get your burst combo out and like stick and gap close without having to burn Shadow to stick and gap close, so you can get a little bit more value. But we'll see.
Yeah. Dragon for AR.
It's gonna be soul point
Third.
for AR unless a miracle steal happens. Oh. Gaze on the Leona. Look at Zed here. Gets exhausted. Gonna go back on Fire Knight. Gets rooted by Fire Knight though, who saves himself.
Jarvan stole the dragon.
Wow, nice steal from Jarvan. Nidru is stuck and gonna go down. There's still a couple carries up, but the Jinx could get a lot of kills here. Oh, but the gigantic Ornn right in her face. Gonna be able to kite this out a little bit. Overall, it wasn't as much of a sweep as it might have looked like it could have been for GB. But despite that, oh, Banana's taking the long route. Okay, she's gonna be fine, and it ends up being a 2 for 3.
And GB got dragon.
Yeah, that's big. 2 for 3 plus Landry smites away the dragon. Pretty nice result there if you're GB and you're trying to get a little bit more money to come back in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe gonna go really hard. Almost surely gonna go down. No, he's alive! And Steven in the backline has ult for Blazon. That's gonna be at least Blazon. Maybe Evarion. Oh, Steven lives! The Leona goes down. It's a 1-for-1 straight in the end.
That was a
Leona
shutdown onto the Vic.
Yeah, that's big.
I think it's important, like you pointed out, that closes the gold gap, stalls out the dragon, and it's stayed at this 1,500 or so gold lead. They brought it back to that, and the longer it goes and it stays like this, that 1,500 means less and less.
What's important too is like before Varus gets a reset off here, I mean he's got 600 gold in his pocket, but before he gets a full reset off, this Jinx has 2 items. She's gonna have, yeah, she has Kraken and Runons here. She's gonna slap in any fight that they take in the near future. Dragon's down, so they don't have that to fight over.
But having similar score lines, Jinx is what, 1,300, 1,200 gold up total on the Varus.
Yeah. The main discrepancies for AR that keep them still in the lead for gold. Yeah, their entire top side, Ornn and Viego both are very far ahead of their counterparts. But I think, I mean, Jarvan's going to have his value no matter what anyway at this point. Like, you've kind of already gone through why you picked Jarvan, so it's a little awkward that they didn't really get that much value out of him in the early game. But at this point, whatever. He's going to do his thing. He's going to engage. try to gore drinker, stay alive, stopwatch when he gets it.
2 carries that can't dash over the wall, yeah.
That kind of thing. Like, he's still going to get his value. And Javier on the Mordekaiser, even though he's far behind, he's going to scale. Like, this game, if he gets later and later he gets in the game, the more and more items he gets, he's going to be pretty hard to match in the side lanes. And then when he enters fights and he steals somebody away and takes their soul and puts them in the death realm and maybe kills them and gets their stats and everything, like, that's going to be a Mordekaiser that's threatening even if he is behind right now. So, not looking too bad for GB. The crown in from Victor with the stopwatch though means Victor is going to be pretty hard to kill in this next fight. No stopwatch for the Varus though, so that might be the target of choice. It's a death rush, but doesn't look like it's going to catch anybody just yet. GB seems like they suss something.
I mean, GB's got a pink in Baron, they've got a pink in top lane River Brush, they've got a pink in the ward outside Banana, or in the brush outside Banana. They're like, okay, if they're not on any of these 3 wards, and we know they're top side, we're not gonna investigate the darkness. There's nothing for us to do out there besides get caught.
Blaze on here on the side lane, taking tower, pushing the gold lead to almost 2k in favor of AR. The Victor has 2 items. 2 very defensive items to keep himself up from the Zed, but the longer he's up, the more value he's going to get. So I think these are probably the right 2 items to get in this game anyway. It's been a holding pattern for a bit. They're going to chase him down through the mid lane, through the river. The dragon here coming in 42 seconds. This might be just the game-defining fight here, honestly. Like, I think GB is looking to get a little bit of value out of the fact that, oh, Steven's getting chased down here. Oh, there's the entire team behind him. This could be bad.
He's saving everything to get out here.
Oh, he's gonna get knocked up. Oh! Yep. Gets a lot of distance. Dodges the Q, dodges the ult. The Fire Knight's gonna take him down in the end. Varion in mid gonna have to burn some flashes and dashes, but still gonna get out of there alive. And now it's just a number advantage in favor of AR, and that is pretty unfortunate. This soul point may just have to go over. Oh, and some
we're chasing the Ornn and
a little too close. David's gonna go down. 2 free kills for AR, not to mention the Dragon Soul, or Soul Point.
I was gonna say overchase the Ornn, you get the horns, but it was more like overchase the Ornn and the rest of his team comes behind you and kills you. But, you know, same difference.
No chance for another smite steal.
Jinx looks like she's going in for her Lord Dom's third, which is exactly what you want. I like Kraken, Runon's Lord Dom's help rip through Ornn Viego Rel a little bit. With that much beef on the front line, she's going to want something to hopefully tear through all of that. Viego got QSS. We were talking about Mord stealing Viego to stop the dive, but he's got QSS now, so there goes that threat out the window. I'm not sure if Ornn typically goes Frozen Heart second, but I like that when Jinx is kind of the one real threat he's going to be worried about taking him down.
It affects everybody, because Mordekaiser is an attack speed based mage.
Definitely helps Red too.
Yeah.
When you're looking for that little bit of damage, the top of your arm. And it's gonna be a pure fair take. They're starting to sniff it out a little. The rocket goes in, they know. Oh, the Bear Soul goes wide, but it's getting low. Oh, the stun from Leona gets at least 2 of them. It's a fight. And they started blasting. but
Wait,
Bananas
dude,
goes
Jarvan's
down.
just.
Ooh, the Baron goes to good boys.
Wow, this
Zed gets
field,
it.
but it's gonna be a total wipe except for the man who stole the Baron himself. 4 for 0 favoring AR. They might have gotten the Baron, but at what cost? Because it looks like some towers are gonna go down in return. Not to mention all the gold from those kills. That fight, I wish, man, we probably should have, if only we had some instant replay, picture functionality, alright?
Right.
Because Bananas went down really early that fight, for better or for worse. And I mean, you know, you just gotta be realistic. If the Jinx goes down, especially with like the strength of the rest of our team or lack thereof, like if the Jinx goes down pretty early, it's gonna be a hard fight to win. It's gonna be hard to burn through the Ornn, burn through the Rel.
Yeah, Jinx has most gold in the game, so like, it's terrifying for her to go down first.
Yeah. So, I mean, on the other hand, they did take the Baron, and honestly, like they only got what, one tier 1, one tier 2 tower with that 4 for 0 sweep. It's not that bad. Steven came back into mid with the Baron buff, helped slow down the shove in mid, and you know it could have been a lot worse than just losing 2 towers for a 4 for 0 sweep there.
It just went from a 2 to a 3k gold lead, that's it.
Yeah, the power play hasn't been overwhelming so far. Well, I guess the anti-power play, reverse power play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good boys do have some nice bounties to claim though. On the whole top side. Nice 950 gold, so they can get some of those kills, but I don't know who's killing that Ornn at this point.
Looks like they're gonna fight for this. I think this is so critical for Good Boys to secure. The Mountain Soul on Ornn and Rel is something that this team just does not want to contend with. It's gonna require so much from Jinx if this Mountain Soul goes over. Oh, a poke there, a decent amount of chunk onto Avis and Bananas. Now all eyes on Drake spawning in less than 20 seconds. Kawasaki
Good.
run away. Has to shadow away, but actually takes a pretty decent amount of damage in return. The pop is refillable.
Oh my
that's
god.
Huge bears. Huge. Oh no, the TP. The TP from Mordekaiser, the stun on Drew. Drew gets blown the fuck up. He's gonna die to Steven, that's huge. They're gonna get Fire Knight too. Oh,
Varus
Bananas is
going down. Oh my goodness. The issue is that's all of the Zeds.
Gonna go
Yep.
down here. The 2 for 2 so far.
But
Chunk damage back. Most importantly though, I think Drew went down, but Landry did not. They still have a smite up even if he's very, very strong. They're gonna go for this dragon right here. Steven's gonna just try to solo the Rel. He's gonna get stunned up. Steven's gonna go
So
down
many
the
shields.
Blazon. The shield from Rel, keeping her up against the Zed. They kite the dragon back. Buy some time for their jungler. He's streaking down the mid lane now. Speaking of junglers, Landry's here. He stole it once before.
just gonna wait. Yep.
Yeah, they're trying to
Just wait,
buy a
let
big
Viego
kill
get
there.
here.
It's really hard for Landry to come into this fight. It's really hard for him to get a miracle steal here.
Joe is up too far. This one's just gonna give him a nice old bonk.
And here's Landry. Gonna try to give it a shot here. Can't get it in time. Gonna go down for the cause. Be fighting an uphill battle now.
Said this Ornn was unkillable before. Jesus, with 2 Mountain Soul, this man is. I want to see his stats. What is his armor looking at? Solid 391 armor, 250 MR. And how much HP? 3.8k or 3.3k HP.
Yeah, I mean, Jinx can't really have built any better to try to kill him.
Yeah.
But it's still
No, it's just a matter of scaling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still gonna take a hot minute though. But the Mountain Soul, it's gonna take so long to try to burn through the order.
The Zed does have 3 items though, and so does the Jinx, so there's the workings of a miracle in there. If you get onto the Varus, the Jinx stays alive.
True.
The issue is gonna be the Jarvan Mord at this point. Jarvan sitting on 1.5 items, Mord on 2. Can the Jinx stay alive with her front line she's got? Oh, the TP coming behind them and Banana Brush. They're flanked, that's the Ornn.
Karasaki Ace getting pulled in, stunned up, trades himself with the Varus. Is it worth it though? Because I think Javier is going to be the next one gone. Oh, gets a decent amount of damage on the Blazon, but it's not going to be able to finish him.
Nope.
It's 2 for 1. So both the solo lane is dead. It's like a really difficult fight for the GG. Alright, Punk's here, 3 people. Let's see if they fancy it. Gonna be super scared in this one. Joe trying to find out a little bit more information on the HP. But Rel's is keeping him away right now. Landry's gonna try to run just directly past Rel. Put a ward in. It's low. Landry's almost dead. Gonna get knocked up. Nope, doesn't get knocked up, but there's no Baron for them. Just the objective bounty in the mid lane. Joe's gonna run away, flash away. Banana's gonna try to get herself out of dodge.
She's got to start recalling. Perfect. Okay.
Varus might peek into her. Nope, she's just gonna get out for free. Overall, I mean, definitely a really nice play for AR, but at least GB got a bounty back, an objective bounty. 2022 hashtag scaling. Diego could go down here, potentially. Oh, flashes over the wall. Aegis is still in chase. There's Leona. Oh, Diego QSS's Leona. Is he gonna kill Karasaki Ace? Oh, that's no.
I'm not gonna lie, when he was first running from the Zed, I was very surprised he was running. I was like, he's even level with Red Smite. He just turns on this guy. Even with the Leona there.
Double, and I think that's all you need to know about this game because it was like probably done and dusted. GB gonna try to last the defense.
AR is giving him a few more minutes, a few more seconds maybe. They said if they're gonna do the job, they're gonna do it right and take the whole base. Viego top side, 4 mid.
Oh, here it is. Oh no.
It's like the end of days here. Karasaki Ace gonna get
What?
1, Leona gets 1.
Yo, he lived though. He lived though.
Steven's
I don't-
running. Steven might
Or-
get out, but his base definitely gonna be worse for wear. Save your
Not a-
KDA, Steven.
Save your KDA, please. No.
Oh, the KDA.
It's still over 1. That's good.
Just slightly. GG.
GG. AR 4-1. Who's your interview target, James? You watched this whole game with me. So did Coco. What are you guys thinking? I don't know who we have or haven't. We've interviewed a lot of AR players considering they're 4-1 now.
I think I personally I
Well,
was
there's
obviously
a
all over
lot
the
of
Orn.
subs today, though, right?
That's
There's
true.
like 2 subs for them.
With subs.
I was all over the Orn, but I'm not gonna.
Grab
I don't know
one.
who's been interviewed or not.
Grab a Varian. A Varian, I
Yeah,
suppose.
someone grab one of them, I believe.
Just
Varian,
ask
Blazon,
whoever
Thunder.
feels like doing it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do that.
Who's not a sub? Alright, prediction winners. AR wins. AR winners. But don't forget to do the announcement at the end.
Sure. After the interview.
Howdy.
It's Zane.
It is Zane.
Zane,
The
the
80s
mac
Zane.
and cheese guy.
Oh, Jesus, the mac
Christ.
and cheese guy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Alright.
no.
Jesus.
Alright, Zane. How you feeling being at 4-1, baby?
I'm feeling pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
I'll also just say, if everyone wants to forfeit, if I win this season, I'm getting the Acid Rabbit tattoo.
Okay. That is pretty appealing for the neutral viewers out there like myself. So, consider my forfeit turned in. Check your Venmo.
Oh, I get Venmo too? Oh, dude, this is great.
All right, Zane. You guys had 2 subs today, but they're both pretty cracked. Everybody in your team was pretty cracked today. It looked like a really nice team effort. You had some big arrows, like near the dragons and stuff like that, to set up some really nice fights. What was your focus during these fights? Like, what was the plan for you?
My focus was to root the amazing Steven and stop him from killing everyone. I missed a couple, but my key moment was to flash and heal for the speed boost, just to get one more auto attack in to kill him. That was my favorite part of the whole game.
Yes, sir, you did get him. Yeah, Steven, when you saw Steven lock in Zed, like, did that strike any feelings in you? Feelings of fear and destruction? Or you're like, haha, he's on Zed, it's my time?
Oh no, when I saw Zed, I was like, oh well, here comes the ult. But
Every 80
Blazon
carries fear.
and Drew, yeah, for real. And I mean, it worked at the end. The last 2 of my deaths, I think, were just Zed ults into insta-death. But he didn't use it on anyone else, so they win, you know? I think like that last ult like rooted like 3 people, and like we were actually about to leave and like just try to go get Elder, and I was like, this looks like a good shot. So we just went for it, and then when we cleared out the whole team and it was just Steven, we were able to just push it through for the win.
Nice. Now that you guys joined TSC SB in the 4-1 club, aka the winner's circle, who's the best 4-1 team up there? You know what? Because you're gonna say yourself, because you don't want to flame your teammates, blah blah. So let's say, instead of doing that, power rank those 3 teams for me, baby.
All right.
You have TSC and SB reps here in the call.
Hey.
Tell them where they
Let's see.
belong. Underneath your shoe.
Oh jeez. I am actually like terrified of probably. Oh god, it's a hard choice. I mean, I was really worried about today's game. I was worried about double losing and ruining the record. But now that we're in the winning circle, who do I fear? Student Councils looks rough. Like, that team's just solid. And then who else was there? I'm totally blanking.
Second
Sorry.
breakfast, Coco's team, Misa's team.
Oh, Second Breakfast, my original OG team with Dan Z.
Yep, they do have Dan Z.
I'll put them on top because Dan Z is the man.
Ooh, Dan Z.
Because I know Dan's. He makes the plays, man. He's the playmaker.
Diff.
And then you got Misa, like, he's a real tough cookie to crack for jungle. Like, he's solid.
What do you see now?
Dan's
know,
and Misa
you
are
know-
on the same team.
Yes, sir. The brother squad, baby.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll find out if they're better than you or not next week, because that's your next opponent. So good luck.
Ooh, that's a
Coco.
spicy game.
Good
It's
luck.
gonna be a spicy
Yeah.
game. I'm
See you
looking
guys
forward
on
to
the
it.
Rift.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Thank you, Zane. We have one more announcement before everybody goes. This doesn't have anything to do with Zane, so if you want to go away, goodbye. Or you can stay here.
Oh,
Fuck it.
It's okay. I'll listen. What's the
We're
announcement?
reviving the BTL hype video. If you guys haven't seen the first one, we made one for season 5, 6. I don't know. It's pretty hilarious. Season 6, I think. It's something else. So we're reviving it. If you want to help us or help Elena, I guess, and the squad with whoever else is in there, like Nikolai, Timmy, whatever, give us a heads up. Just message, just DM Elena. I guess that's the easiest way to do it. Fuck it. DM Elena. She's probably gonna yell at me because that's probably not the right pathway, but it is what it is. And yeah, give us a heads up. You know, if you can edit, or I don't know, if you're in LA and you want to like be in it or film or whatever, we would appreciate it. So cool. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you, everyone. Thanks, Zane. Congrats on the win. Peace out.
Thank you. Thank
Girl
you.
Scout. Goodbye, everyone.